Hey, this message is to MAGA. Guys that voted for Trump, anybody out there that voted for Trump. A couple different things, First of all, this is my cool David shirt. Just to let you know I'm a human being. Cool David is just some shit. I'm in Vegas and I don't wear nice shirts, man. I just don't. But it was my birthday and we were in Vegas and we were out, dining, whatever. We were out playing cards. And I get to a table and this guy calls me David. And he's drunk off his ass, man. He's fucking drunk, man. And he's like, shit, that ain't David. Nah, you're way too cool to be David, man. Because David would not wear a cool shirt like that. That's a cool David shirt. And that's how that came to be. Cool David shirt, man. Any rate, what I want to tell you guys is that this government right now, the what you're seeing, everything going on, forget for a moment that I've been mean to you. Please, forgive me for that. Forget for a moment that I've been talking shit to you for 10 years. Forgive me. Forgive all of that. Just hear me for a second. The government right now, they have always feared you the most. The reason why is because you are the people they've manipulated. Okay? And before you hang up, fucker called me manipulated. Just before you hang up, hear me out, man. We're all prisoners, man. We are all prisoners of our own mind, man. And if we are born and raised in something and we don't know no better, we just kind of fall into whatever the group is doing, man. And you're kind of in your group, man. You're doing what your group's doing. Look around you, you're doing what your group's doing, and it's just nature, okay? Don't take offense to that. Just understand that sometimes a bloke like me cannot understand how another person can't see what I see. Same thing. You cannot understand why I can't see what you see. But what I'm seeing is this government right now, they fear you the most. They fear you guys finding out the truth of everything, the truth of your situation, the truth of how they played you, okay? And right now you are finding out. A lot of you are. You're getting burned on your farms. The vets are getting burned. They're out there literally trying to get Medicaid cut. Now, they blocked it today, thank goodness, but they try to get Medicaid cut. They're trying to attack us on all fronts, man. They're trying to make sure there is no government that can literally check the power of rich people, man. That's all this is about, okay? So they fear you the most because you're the ones they used to get in their position. They used you. And if you don't understand how propaganda works and how things work and how somebody else could manipulate a person, the first point of manipulation is when you get into a mindset of serving. And when you start trusting someone else to guide you, okay? And one of the biggest things that your group has encompassed guiding you is faith-driven, right? You guys are believers. You believe in things. So when you have a group of people that believe, if you trick them enough, you can get them to believe things that aren't real, man. That just you could really prove aren't real, and you can trick them though, man. And if you keep telling them to be afraid of things for a long enough period of time, they end up afraid. So one of the things they've done in the last 40 years to you guys is they've fear-mongered, and it works because that's how they can control people, man. Is they get you to fear other things, other people, other ideologies, And when you don't understand it, and you just trust somebody that tells you not to like it, you're just not going to like things. You can't help it, man. You really can't. So they get you, for 40 years, they get you to fear different cultures, different groups of people, different things. And I don't know how it benefits you. Like, To hear those things over and over and over and over and over, how does it benefit a person? It can't. What it does, though, it forms a mind, though. If you get told they, them over and over, it will form your mind to really dislike they and them. And they fear you guys finding out that you voted to get groceries down. You voted for freedom of speech. You voted for crime, waste, fraud, abuse to be gone. You voted because your tax dollars, you feel your tax dollars are being blown, man. Blown. Bullshit. Totally blown out of the water. You listen to them say, oh, we need to get rid of the Department of Education. And you will literally say, yes, let's do it. And they got you. And the moment they don't, you are the lions that they're afraid of. You're the fucking lions. You see, the Democrats, I know they portray us as these crazy lunatics and those protests for Floyd and burning cities, right? I have relatives in Portland. I promise you, it ain't as bad as it gets sold. There's shit that went wrong. There's people that were held accountable. A lot of people were arrested. A lot of people were picked up. What you don't remember about the protests today, the reason why I bring it up, is because there were unmarked vehicles grabbing people. And when you do that, it's called kidnapping. And today, there's people in unmarked vehicles grabbing other people. And the media is telling us those folks are bad people. They're criminals. And I'm trying to tell people that due process, right, has to be both sides. Because if you think about it, if they grab you, they probably won't. Sure. But if they grabbed you, just anybody, your friend, your relative, your neighbor, your gardener, anybody you know, they grabbed them. And they don't get due process. They don't get a lawyer to defend them. They can't have you go into court and vouch for them. Nothing. They just grab the bloke and off they go. And then tomorrow they're on the news saying, hey, this person's a bad person. And they got you guys convinced that's an okay thing to do. They don't want you finding out that they're going to disappear Americans, man. Their intention is to grab people that are creating trouble for them, and off you go to another country. And if you don't know, the only time in history that's like kind of occurred where people grab people and then go to other prisons elsewhere is in Nazi Germany. So we are literally at the point where people are getting grabbed like that. No lawyers, no rights, no nothing like that. Sent to another country like that. And then the media the next day, like they did, said these are bad people. Therefore, it's right to do this. And when you guys figure this out, they know you're the first people to grab your guns. They know you're the first people to storm the Capitol. They know you're the first people that are going to go raise up a fucking bloody storm. What I want to tell you, man, is that when you see it, when you finally come to terms with what's happening, you just need to join. Don't say nothing. Don't say where you've been. Don't say who you voted for. Don't say, I'm here to save democracy is enough. Because it really doesn't matter how you voted. You're just one person out of millions. Show up for your country. Let me talk to the young guys out there. The young guys. The young men. They got you trapped too. They got you believing that the only way you're going to get women and sexy women and this and that lifestyle is to be like an Andrew Tate, to be like a Trump, to be like Elon, to be like some rich fucking bloke. The only way you're ever going to be happy with a woman is to learn from somebody else who is actually happy with the woman they have. Trump's never happy with this woman. Elon's got 14 kids, 14 women. Tate's a rapist. Bragged about it on his own voice, bragged about it. Now, you could say you're a liar or whatever, but I heard it. I seen him say it. You know? And you know, that's why he's being investigated. But the guy like that tries to sell to the young blokes the way to women is like me, man. And all they do is trap you to keep you to keep sending them money for shit. They keep selling you products. Try to think about that. Step back and think about it. Every time you log in and deal with all these people, Tates and otherwise, you're either promoting him, which makes him money, or you're buying shit he's selling, which makes his sponsors money. Either way, you're helping them make money. When you look at Democrats, right, and how evil they are, and I get it, I see evil in the party myself. I'm no fool, but I know bigger evil when I see it. Okay, the point is even the Democrats in the party, you know, will try to sell you things that aren't real. You know, they just aren't. And you see that, man. When you see Democrats doing it, you're like, fuck you, Pelosi, fuck, you know, and you guys see it. But then, you know, at the same token, now we're past that point. Because it doesn't really matter what Pelosi did, does it? Doesn't matter what any of them did. All that matters now is, are we, me, our side, you, the lions, sleeping lions, gonna wake up? And are we just gonna take our country back once and for all from the rich people that want us to slave away so they can reap the benefits off of our work? The working people do it all. Why should a handful be the only benefits, man? Why should only a handful of people get medical coverage, an education? Why should only a handful of people? Don't you want it for your kids? I want it for mine. Everybody wants their own kids to be educated. Why are we allowing rich people to tell us which ones are going to get allowed to be? You see, they did that. They manipulated us by telling us these vouchers get, you know, you parental choice. You could take these vouchers and you could spend them where you want. All it did was take money from public schools and give them to private. It helped the rich folks. The Department of Education, in closing, it makes people stupider, which are good workers, man. They stay longer at places. They don't know no better. They just push buttons, man. Great, we got a workforce now. We don't have to educate them. Hell, we don't even have to give them medical anymore. They're taking things from the working class, and then they're selling everybody that if we just get rid of the immigrants, if we just get rid of these other religions, if we just get rid of the trans, if we just get rid of none of those other things, if you really just stop and pull back and go, okay, how did they hurt me? None of them have hurt you. But all the laws they keep passing are hurting you directly. They're taken out of your own pocket. They're taken out of your future kids' pockets. The young adults following all these guys, they're getting stripped of their mind. They don't even know how to make like a relationship, man. A real relationship. They believe the hype that women should serve or some shit. No, man. Women aren't here to serve. They're here to live their lives just like you fucking are. Just like the trans are, just like the Palestinians, just like Israeli citizens, just like all of us. We're all just trying to live, man. And there's plenty of shit to go around. You know, we're talking about prisons in other countries being built, man. And no due process. You already got to know we have the biggest prison population in the world. And it's not because Democrats. It's not. It's because prisons are profitable. Making laws to fill them fills somebody's pockets, man. When you think somebody smoking weed is a bad bloke, don't deserve a right to be in society, and you lock them up, somebody lost a dad, man. And then we go out there and we go, all these black families out there without dads, it's not that, man. It's that we literally wrote a law to make a fucking criminal. Who today thinks weed smoking is bad? Who? But yet in the 80s, we locked up generations of black fathers over this shit. Cops do target. Tell me they don't. Cops target. So if a law is passed that says this is a criminality thing, it allows them to target groups of people. What do you think he's doing with ICE right now? What do you think? Sorry, man. Give me a sec. If you don't know, he's telling ICE that they have the right, by their own discretion, whether or not they can break in or not into houses, man. So what's stopping somebody, man, really, from just breaking into your house, dressing up like ICE? You're like, I'm a citizen, no, hey. And they just smash in your shit, rob you blind. That's why you have to have a fucking warrant, man. Because it's not stopping anyone from dressing up like an idiot and going to your house. And before you say, well, I'll just shoot them, okay, then fine, you would. But what about other blokes? So if someone else guns down ICE agents, are you cool with that? Because you see what I'm saying here. You in your own house would probably think different than you would if someone else did it to somebody else. You got to start thinking, if it's happening to you, how would you want to be treated? Because it's happening to Americans now. They deported an American girl. ICE went to a house with butt-naked kids in underwear, girls in underwear, had them laying on a fucking lawn, and a woman screaming, we're citizens, went through the house, grabbed a bunch of shit, and robbed them, and took off. Left them not even knowing what the fuck. Real talk. So these blokes are so fucking afraid of you finding out that that's what they're doing. Because you're the first people that are going to arm up and militia up against them. You're the first people that will do it. If you don't know, last year, 6-8 months ago, whatever, maybe even longer, the guy from Project 2025 got on TV and said, we're recruiting. We need 20 to 30,000 people, MAGA people, blah, blah, blah. They went and hired extremists. They got 20,000 members. Where do you think those people are right now? They're the people that are using their discretion to go grab people. Do you know car windows were broken into people that they weren't even looking for? They just look different. People are getting harassed now based on how they look, man. Flat out, hands down. And you might be like, well, that ain't going to be my problem. Until you say something. Because they just locked up a judge. They grabbed a judge. Now, the media said that judge concealed immigrants, man. Like, kept the immigrants from ICE. Now, how would you know? There's no due process. How would you know? They just grabbed her, man, in the middle of a courtroom. Grabbed them. Yep. How would you know? They can make it up tomorrow. There's no due process. It's their word, man. That's it. It was Hitler's word. That was it. You don't see it until it's you. You don't see it till it harms you. Well, there's a poll out that 25% of you guys, 25% of people that voted for Trump already, 100 days in, already said, I regret it. Oh, man, this is a shit show. Literally. And now he's talking about military in cities. I encourage you guys. I encourage you. Don't bring the MAGA gear, though. Don't do it. I encourage you guys. Just go to a protest. Don't bring a sign. Don't nothing. Just walk through it. Just walk through it yourself. Incognito. And tell me the terrorists you see. You'll hear people chanting shit you may disagree with. Sure. You may see signs you don't like. Sure. You might hear things you don't like, see people you disagree with and don't like, but show me the crime. And then I'm all ears for you guys telling me that these are bad people, man. I went to a protest where there was counter protests calling the other side terrorists, screaming, "You're all terrorists," and everybody on the other side was dancing. And I'm just like watching this, and I'm filming it with my camera, like, yep, there's the terrorists dancing, and these are the guys screaming at the terrorists dancing. It was like the funniest shit. And there's no reflection of the people screaming it, man. No reflection at all. Like, they're literally there to intimidate the people dancing. Who is terrorizing who in that situation? I want to talk about with you also, like, if you go to these things, hear what people are bitching about. And if you can, try to envision what they're saying from their viewpoint, why they're saying it. And you might start seeing things a lot more clear, because I'm telling you, man, you are us. You are. You just were tricked. And when you're tricked, you're coming out of that trickery. You're pissed. And you go, what's going on? You're going to have a group of us saying, fuck you, assholes. You're going to have to ignore it, man. Because when I make mistakes, I just make them. That's my life. I made it. So be it. I fucked up. I got one wrong. And you're not the only one. You're not the only one that got it wrong. There's millions and millions and millions and millions of trick people. But you got to see it by now. In 100 days, all you've seen is chaos. And it ain't because the media is saying it. It's because they're doing so much chaos that as it gets reported, it pisses people off. That's what media is supposed to do. It's supposed to report what happens. Now, there's different types of media, man. There's the kind that leave out information and they're very biased. There's the kind that insert a lot of information. It's called propaganda. Whenever you try to connect two dots, it's propaganda. Okay? These guys will literally find on the dark web some bullshit claim and post it out on the news as fact. Post it out on the news as been reported. It's been reported. We've heard. And they feed people shit that isn't real. Just isn't. It's a made up bullshit. Like they're eating the cats and dogs. I'm from Ohio. They are not eating no fucking cats or no dogs here. The people in Springfield revolted against that statement. The management in Springfield revolted against that statement. But it served a purpose. It got people afraid. And it only hurt a group of people. Haitians. It didn't hurt, that many white people. It hurt the white store owners of restaurants and things there. It hurt the freaking citizens of Springfield. It hurt the management of Springfield. It hurt the reputation of JD. It hurt the reputation of Ohio. But over the whole scheme of the country, it's just a lie. And they used it for a situation. But that's why they're afraid. They're afraid of you finding out that that's how they've been doing it to you. They're afraid of you knowing the truth. They're afraid of you understanding. The Haitians, they had an earthquake, man. They just needed another place to go. They're here to work. Springfield needed the labor. They needed it, desperately needed it. And they got it, and then JD just threw them all under the bus. They fear you figuring that out. They sent all the farmers home, man, or the workers and the farmers home. They're afraid of you figuring out how much food's really going to cost soon. It's coming, though. Stay tuned. It's coming. Costs are going up. It's coming. You already know they're up. You just don't know how far up they're going to go. You'll find out. There in Florida, trying to legalize hiring children at a lower age for longer hours because they got labor gaps now in Florida. Yeah, save the children, but we're going to hire children. How's that work? They're trying to lower the age of consent. Yeah, consent. You know, I'm not trying to tell you guys how to vote. I don't care how you vote. We all deal with whoever votes the most. We deal with the consequences of it. What I am trying to tell you is that as you come out and you start seeing that, lower your flags, lower your guard, join us. We'll fucking explain it along the way if we have to. Find a bloke. Find someone that you feel like at least is being honest. They don't get them all right, but at least they're honest with you about it. And when they get one wrong, they openly admit, hey, I fucked that one up. Find somebody that admits mistakes. You can't be behind a guy like Tate who never makes one. He does. You can't be behind a guy like Trump who never makes any. He does. You can't be behind a guy like Elon who pretends he's off the charts something that he isn't. You can't get behind fake. Get behind genuine. Trump's biggest ability over you and over us and over everybody is his confidence. If you don't know the word con man, it comes from the word confidence. It means confident man. A confident man is confident through a lie. That's what makes him a con man. You know, when you buy a car and the used car dealership fills the transmission with a little bit of sawdust to smooth it out for the next few hundred miles so you feel like you got a real smooth shifting tranny, not realizing they set it up to break on you. They didn't want you to feel that roughness because they wanted you to buy it at a higher price. Now you drive it off, they literally sabotage you on the way out. The con men sell it. Oh man, yes, we just had it worked on. It's great, blah, and they show this high level of confidence as they're saying it to you face to face, eye to eye. That is a thing, man. And Trump is a genius at it. He ain't a genius at anything else, man. I promise you that. I know you could say, well, look at all his money. I get it. But people steal money, man. That is a way to get rich, is to steal it. A way to get rich is just to have enough of it to buy other companies and make money that way. You don't have to be smart. You just have to have money to make money. So understand what a con man looks like is somebody super confident in lying to you. Super confident in it. Okay? Now, it isn't lying. Some pastors, some absolutely from their heart, speak from their heart words of Jesus to you. They do. They mean you well. They want you to be Christ-like in your living. And they're trying to guide you to live like Christ. On the same side, there's con men like Copeland. Copeland out there, super mega church Copeland, making millions and millions and millions and telling you, the audience, God wants me to buy another jet. God wants me to this. God wants me to do that. You have to see the difference, right? They both say God is on my side. God's, through God, I'm giving you guys these messages. One's teaching his flock. One's teaching, like, be Christ-like. The other one's saying, you got to send me money. God intends for me to have a jet. And he's a con man because he's so confident. Confident when he tells you that. When he says, yeah, God told me you got to send me money to buy me a jet. Confidently tells you that shit. Now you have to ask yourself, if you are even God-fearing at all. If that's your thing. I fear God. I want to do right in this world. So in the next one, I got a good spot, right? if you're God-fearing at all, how does that register with you? To see a guy like Keith Copeland tell you, if you read the Bible, if you read the teachings at all, he's telling his audience that God wants you to, send him money so he can get another jet. God intended me to have this jet. It was such a good price. Had to get this jet. How does that register with you? Because that is a con. Nowhere in anywhere does it say, hey, send the guy who's preaching my name all your money to buy jets and nice things for himself. It just doesn't. But with absolute confidence, he tells his audience that. That's a con man. That's a con man. A con man comes to your house, man. A locksmith, you're locked out. You want to get in. It's the middle of the night, man. You don't got time to shop around for fucking locksmiths. And he's like, it's $250 for the lock. It's $200 labor. It's after hours at $100. Next thing you know, you're paying $600, $700, $800, right? You're just like, fuck, I just wanted to get in my house. God damn, fine. Here's $800. Con men come in different ways. They try to grift you. They try to sell you shit overpriced. Trump, all his shit is way overpriced. He'll buy something for $5 and sell it to you for $60. And you'll say, well, that's just a good business, man. That's how good business works. No, man. Nobody in their right mind makes a product like that except food that gets eaten and on rotation that just people, because there's labor, overhead, and other things. Nothing is that low in cost when it's just made and sold, man, like a product would be. So you have to jack up the prices because you intend to fleece some money out of people, man. And who sells Bibles? Don't they warn everyone about people who sell Bibles? Churches in general, in my mind, would give away the teachings. Save up, get as many as they can, and give them away. Save up, get as many as they can, and give them away again. How it should work. Grow, grow, grow. But that ain't the Trump thing. He's slapping a constitution on a Bible, man. Like, you can't see that if you're, in that group. I don't know. But the point is a con man will sell you anything. It don't matter. Buy my meme coin, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy. Woo! They're selling and selling and selling. They're so confident. You'll love it. You'll love it if you get, oh, look at this. You're going to love it. Look at this. You're going to love it. And you look at Trump, and he's just out there so confident in his shit that he sells everybody. You have to see it. And then the moment you see it, you guys are going to be fucking ferocious. The betrayal sting is the worst one, man. Everybody knows it. Your first love, you get betrayed. That sting hurts, man. Imagine loving somebody to the point where you openly close your eyes to trust it. And then to find out he's, as you go to get your hands fed, he's chopping them off and saying, fuck off. You're going to find out. And he's scared to death of you all. He's talking about putting militaries now in the cities. He's talking about policing us at gunpoint, essentially. And if you can't see that ICE just being able to raid wherever the fuck they feel like, if you can't see that these people just got hired, not even a year ago, they have no fucking training. The only training they get is, are you mean enough? Are you mean enough for this fucking position? That's it. These are mean people. They will lay out fucking women butt naked on a lawn and steal your shit. They don't give two fucks. They will smash your fucking car windows, whether they're looking for you or not, and drag you out. They give two fucks. They will grab you, innocent or not, and ship you off to another country. They will leave you there on a 9-0 judge order. 9-0, the Supreme Court said, you have to facilitate his return. And Trump said, fucking I'm not. The moment you see it and realize, fuck, that could be me. They could grab me, send me there, and then I can't. Trump's just going to ignore the judges that are trying to save my ass. The moment you see it, man, he's scared of you guys. And join us, man. Join us. Close your eyes. Don't fucking try to be like, hey, I was one of. Don't even do it. Just be like, I'm an American. I'm here. That's it. Because I don't go to those things saying, I'm a Democrat, I'm here. I don't. I go to those things going, I'm a fucking American and I'm here. You know, our forefathers and forefathers and forefathers fought to hand us this damn Constitution, and this man's ignoring it. He only got 49.8% of the vote. That means 50.2% voted against it. More people don't want this than do, and even if you did, 25% of his voters have already left, and it's only been 100 days. So now we're talking he's only got 30% vote, maybe. So you have to see it if you're MAGA, and when you see it, they're afraid of you, man. They've got you in a corner, feared. What happens to a trapped person, afraid of everything, that fears their life's on the line? They fight. You're the line they're afraid of. They don't want you to feel trapped and in a corner. They want you to feel patriotic and loving the pain, loving the economic suffering. Don't worry about them. They're criminals. Don't worry about them. They're Democrats, deep state, and don't worry about them. They're woke. Don't worry about them. That's what they keep saying. And then eventually it's you, and they'll tell whoever's left, don't worry about them. Eventually it's you. You don't build You don't build prisons out of country if you don't intend to do illegal shit. Our prisons are all for profit, aren't they? Don't we have a shit ton of for-profit prisons? Don't you think there's blokes out there that are willing to build some prisons for some profits? We don't need them in another country. They're there so that he can contest whether or not they can return, and so he can grab dissent, and the dissent can disappear forever. And when you start disappearing Americans wake up to that, and when they start disappearing somebody you know, they're afraid of you fucking finding out. They're afraid of you becoming the lion you were born to be. You know, there's guys out there that, you know, intend other people harm within the group that you are a part of. They literally intend other people they don't like absolute harm. They're not looking at the math of the economics. They're not looking at how much livelihoods are going to get better. They're not looking at medicines. They're not looking at pollution levels. They're not looking at climate crisis. They're not looking at measles or nothing. They're looking at who we get to hurt. And that doesn't make your life better. It makes your life fucking worse. It makes you have a lot more enemies. I mean, why intend other people harm that haven't harmed you? The people picking vegetables aren't harming nobody. Why does ICE go to the fields to grab people picking vegetables, man? The ones you eat. Does that make sense? I mean, you're literally cutting off your food supply doing that. Why would ICE go to anywhere where people are making hourly wages and grab people, man? Send them off and then tell you they're criminals. What criminals, like hardcore, work at fucking places that pay hourly wages, man? It's weird to me that anyone would believe it. If you believe it, it's just weird to me that you believe it. They grabbed some criminals 100%, man. For sure, some of those people they got are criminals, for sure. Hard criminals, probably. But give them the due process. Let's get the right criminals and lock them up here. We don't need another prison. We need due process, man, for everybody. A system for everybody. So that they can't just grab you and disappear you because you wrote something they don't like. You know, if you don't remember, during COVID, the Democrats were all blamed for censorship, man, over COVID vaccines, over COVID information. You didn't see any arrests made. You didn't see any threats made. All you saw was calls for disinformation to stop. Whatever side you're on, it doesn't matter. You were calling for disinformation to stop, and Democrats were calling for disinformation to stop. And no matter which side you saw, disinformation never stopped. So nobody helped anybody there. The disinformation continued. All I'm saying is that these people lie on purpose. And they don't ever own it. If you can lie about COVID vaccines and get everybody up and down, left and right, and 1 million Americans died on it, 1 million, you can probably do other harm. Well, we lost 1 million. Maybe we could lock some up in other prisons. If we make up some shit, stir up our minds enough over it. Remember, disinformation was allowed back then. Now they are attacking media sources that disagree with them or say they're doing something wrong. It's not even like hard to see it, is it? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Point is that if they stir up your head enough, how do you know which one's which? How do I know I'm right and you're right if we don't go prove it, man? So they get you to a point where it's like, well, I just believe Trump. You know, that side lies, look at Pelosi. That side lies, look at Schumer, fucking McConnell. They lie. I'm just going to pick the guy I like. Right? That's what happened. Well, you're not wrong for wanting to pick a guy that don't lie. You're not wrong. You want someone genuine, not lying. But a con man can convince you they're not lying when they are. And he's really good at it. He's really good at it. Lying about shit, saying it's going to get better. Just wait. It isn't. Democrat. It's going to get better. Trust me. It isn't. Democrat. I'm going to fix this. It's not. Democrat. Okay, guys, we're going to do this other thing. Oh, you didn't get there yet? Democrat. You don't see that? He's been dangling fruits and carrots and shit we're all just trying to get forever. And now that he's in charge and they're all in charge, 100 days in, he leaves us 25%. It's probably the most incompetent people on the planet, man, to be honest, running the country right now. If you were able to see it, you would realize it. At any rate, I really hope you guys, if you're young, realize following Trump and Tate and this bro club isn't going to get you women. Finding men that put in the effort is going to get you women. If you think trusting Trump is just the same as trusting a Democrat or anyone else, you're the guy buying used cars filled with sand dust in the tranny. And you're saying it's okay because, you know, it ain't happening to me. He's just selling the cars to other people. You know, I don't know what to say to you guys to get you to show up, but now's the time. He said, I don't know nothing about Project 2025, and now they're implementing it hardcore, full on. And it was unpopular then. It was going to lose him the election then. And now that he's elected, they're trying to implement it by force against the Constitution, against the will of the people. And when you rise, we get it back. How would you like to get the country back for we the people? If you show up, all of you, and us, all of us, together, united, one banner, freedom, liberty, and justice for all. They can't stop it. We're going to have freedom, and we're going to have liberty, and we're going to have justice for all. Just a thought. I hope this reaches somebody in MAGA. I really do. Love y'all. Bye.